I like tonight how each member of the Stand and Deliver triple threat match got an independent promo, and obviously tonight all build up to can they coexist in the main event as they all had to team together to take on the debuting Darkstate. A first sort of hint at their proper theme song and entrance, and you know what? I love the presentation on how they actually made Darkstate look, and I love the urgency to get into the ring. They know this match was a very big deal. They're in there with three of the best in NXT, and they wasted no time. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Javon Evans versus Saquon Sugars in a match after Stand and Deliver. I think, honestly, when these two met in the ring tonight, they seemingly had great chemistry together. Well, we got an answer to can they coexist, and the answer was no, they couldn't. Femi and Trick Williams would brawl, leaving Javon Evans by himself, and the numbers game was too much. Darkstate would pick up the huge win tonight in their debut, and honestly, they didn't look bad doing it either. NXT would end tonight, though, with Stacks on the screen challenging Darkstate to fight in the parking lot next week on NXT. NXT's parking lot is notoriously dire, right? You just don't go there. Now, we're going to have a brawl there with two deadly factions. Oh, no. This is things you might have missed from WWE NXT. Make sure you hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. Giulia is back on NXT TV. It does feel like a very long time since we've seen Giulia. There has been multiple reports of injuries, most denials about that injury. And of course, Giulia returned at a live event over the last weekend. And of course, back on TV now. Well, tonight's show started with Stephanie Vaquer coming down and joining the ringside commentary team as she would watch Jordynne Grace versus Jaida Parker, the first match of the night, and of course try and decide who she's going to face at Stand and Deliver. For those that have forgot, Stephanie obviously got that right to choose her opponent for surrendering the Women's North American Championship last week. Jordynne and Jaida was a very good match for the first match of the night. And of course, I really like how they've built this feud around the championship. That's really good. But I've got a small gripe with this match. Jordynne using this like overhead throw, but she had her in a position for a tombstone. Like, surely as a wrestler, you'd hit more impact hitting a tombstone than just like a back bump, right? As things broke down towards the end of the match, though, there was a brawl in the ring and Giulia would come out and immediately turn on her friend, Stephanie Vaquer, and attack her. Giulia not only doing that, putting her foot on the face of Stephanie while raising the NXT Championship. The disrespect that Giulia just did. A heel turn maybe, but obviously trying to get her shot at the NXT Women's title. Giulia would later say that there are no friends that Stand and Deliver, and she wants that rematch for the NXT Women's Championship. Well, Stephanie Vaquer would go to Ava, and it looks like you're going to get it. A fatal four-way at Stand and Deliver. Stephanie versus Giulia versus Jaida versus Jordynne Grace. Let's do it. Fraxiom were in action tonight, and I swear to you, they delivered an absolute banger of a performance with a team from Evolve swipe right. Now, we know why WWE did this. It's purely an advertisement for the fact Evolve is available on Tubi in the United States and everywhere else in the world on YouTube every single Wednesday. And if the action is like this, oh my God, we all need to watch that show because, oh my God, this was absolute gold. Blink and you feel like you've missed everything. This was such a good cruiserweight style tag match. Very fun. Fraxiom picking up the win, but take nothing away from Swipe Right. They kept up with Fraxiom perfectly and at times even outpaced them. Such a good match. So over the past couple of weeks, we've all seen the stuff on social media going on between Swerve and Booker T. Well, at the end of the AEW pay-per-view on Sunday, Swerve would say, fuck Booker T. And tonight, the NXT audience had a response for Swerve as they would chant, fuck you, Swerve, during one of the commercial breaks, and Booker sat on commentary laughing. When this continues and the next piece of drama comes out from these two, we can solely blame the NXT audience at this point. Sol Ruca will take on Jasmyn Nyx tonight, with the winner qualifying for the North American title ladder match at Stand and Deliver. I think undoubtedly she is seen as the other girl in Fatal Influence because JC Jane and Fallon Henley get the spotlight most of the time. But tonight's performance by Jasmyn Nyx was absolutely top. She was absolute class in that ring. She was unsuccessful, but even the selling was great from her tonight. Sol Ruca would be successful, but that means that both Sol Ruca and Zarya are gonna be in that ladder match. So no friends, or will they work together? Despite losing the North American Championship last week, Shawn Spears would inspire his members of the Culling to achieve their greatness tonight. And of course, we'd see all three in action across 2 different matches. The first of which, a tag match in which Nico and Brooks would pick up the win tonight, defeating Hank and Tank. Oh, poor Hank and Tank. Love that boss man slam tonight by Hank. Really well done. But of course, the Culling picking up the win. I don't know where this Hank and Tank storyline is going. My biggest fear is that they're going to use this to split up Hank and Tank. And I really don't want that to be a thing. You know what? Hank and Tank, they're great together. I love this team. It's one of the highlights of the week now for NXT. Yes, they're losing, but the exposure is huge. And you're starting to see some really good moves from these two. So I hope they can pull it together. And with a very hyped up Street Profits appearance tonight to announce that next week we're going to get a tag team gauntlet where the winners will face Fraxiom at Stand and Deliver. And of course, Hank and Tank are in it. Will Hank and Tank pull it together? Will Hank and Tank achieve their destiny to go to WrestleMania weekend and become tag team champions? The new North American champion, Ricky Saints, came to the ring tonight to celebrate his win. Why does the belt still say Shawn Spears? It's been 7 days. Come on, WWE. You could at least put like default side plates on it, right? During this promo, though, they established that Ricky Saints has won a championship faster than anyone else since their debut on NXT. That's pretty big. Lexis King would come out. By the way, what was that noise the fan was making during Lexis King's entrance? Like, what was that about? That was so annoying. Even Ricky Saints gave a look to that fan. Like, that noise was awful. Eddy Thorpe would be up next. And obviously all these competitors want a shot at that North American Championship. Wes Lee would be next. But for a second week in a row, it would be Ethan Page dropping Ricky Saints. At first I thought they were setting up a multi-man match, especially with the brawl. But of course, this will be a fatal 4-way next week, with the winner facing Ricky Saints at Stand and Deliver. There was a comment made, though, by Eddy Thorpe that literally all social media is talking about from this segment, as he would call Lexis King a greedy white man. I think Wes Lee's face says it all. Social media completely split on this one. Some people deeply offended, shouldn't happen in wrestling, blah, blah, blah. Some people seeing the funny side. Be interesting to see where NXT takes that. Wes Lee would be in action tonight taking on Inamaura, and honestly, man, every single time Inamaura wrestles, just genuinely super impressed. So talented in the ring, but it was tonight Wes Lee picking up the win. Izzi Dame would be successful tonight and qualify for the women's North American title ladder match by defeating Wren Sinclair. It was very awkward to end the match though, as the referee was counting. Literally, you see the cover is broken at 2 because she started celebrating early. The referee did count to 3. Obviously, this was a planned finish, but didn't look great, did it? I really enjoyed this episode. There was a few botches and a few things that didn't look great. For me, a solid 8 out of 10. Next week looks insane for NXT, so thumbs up for that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, like the video, share the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace!